Alrighty, and then it is time for this build breakdown of this monstrosity I put together. I've tested it out. I've tested it in different variations of it, and this is the best that I came up with. Now, I'm pretty sure people are going to denounce this build because, for a simple fact is, it's a glass cannon build. Of course, glass cannon gives you 60% incoming amplified damage, and just because it has the 60 amplified damage, and oops, just because, all right, that's an oops, and just because of the amplified damage that you take, people say that that talent is trash. But the fact of the matter is, it's not a trash talent. Glass Cannon can never be a trash talent because it's the only, I repeat, the only talent in the game that gives you amplified damage to no matter what you do, automatically, no stacks required. No stacks required. It can be, you could have a pulse or not have a pulse. You can have a sniper rifle. You can have a plethora of weapons that you can use with this build setup. I did this strictly for the Lexington, and I also did it for the Pestilence. Both of those weapons work extremely well with this. Now, I have not tried this with the Ouroboros or anything like that. If you want to try this build with any one of those, let me know how that worked out for you. All right. I have the technician specialization because I wanted more amplified damage. I will explain that to you in a minute. I'm running two Lexingtons. One is silver and one is gold. That's the only difference. I'm running flatline on both. Now, I will go into the flatline real quick. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies after killing 4 pulsed enemies. Applies a pulse to next enemy you hit. Now, this is one of those talents that is, ooh wee, you better watch out. Yeah, this is one of those ooh wee, you better watch out talents. Now, let's go right into the mask. I am rocking the Chill Out mask with crit damage rolled 3 times. Not once, not twice, but thrice. 12% for 3 times. 36% crit damage right there. Right there. With a weapon damage mod. You can get this Chill Out only during the holiday event, which is going on right now. So you can farm for this mask to drop with crit damage, and you'll be able to change that drop attribute to weapon damage. And huzzah, you have a triple, mind you, a triple crit damage. And if you want to run one exotic that will help your team out, you can also run this. You'll only get 24% damage instead of the 36%, but it is what it is. Also, with running that one piece of Yellow Guard, I get 5% total armor, so that brings me up to 777.2k armor. This Lexington is at expertise level 23. So if you don't have those expertise on there, I don't know if it'll do the same numbers as mine. Okay. All right. Now moving on, I have another Lexington flatline, same difference. Backpack, perfect vigilance. This is perfect vigilance. This comes on the gift. The gift is a PvP exclusive. You can farm this though by using named caches, going into conflict, you name it, you can find it there. Also, it gives you 25% extra weapon damage, increased weapon damage. Now, this one is perfect glass cannon, the sacrifice. You can't have a gift without a sacrifice, now can you? 30% amplified damage to all damage you deal, no matter if it's melee damage, shotgun damage, whatever kind of damage it is. It's amplified by 30%. And but the drawback to this talent, and it always will be the drawback to this talent, because if they ever took that down, that 60% down to like 40% or 30%, this would be a unremovable piece. It still is unremovable by me because I still run it on just about everything. I'm pretty sure I have like 13 builds with this. The perfect glass cannon, you want that amplified damage, and crit chances rolled everywhere. One piece Walker and Harris for that 5% weapon damage, crit damage, and crit chance rolled everywhere. And these two improvised pieces, improvised gloves with crit damage double rolled and crit damage, crit chance rolled on with a crit damage mod. The knee pads, the same thing, improvised, crit chance rolled and crit damage roll with a crit damage mod of 12%. So a double roll of crit all over the place. So therefore, our total crit damage at this point for this weapon is at 197% with a 48% crit chance. Now, these numbers can change based on how you want to do it. You could take 5% less amplified damage by adding on a Seska chest piece with crit damage and crit chance, and you can get the crit chance from the Seska. It all depends on you and how you want to run this, okay? But this is the highest damage, one of the highest damage builds I've seen with the Lexington. But I'm pretty sure we can get an extra few percentages out by using different weapons and things of that nature. But this is my baseline of that. And some people are going to ask me, where's my Grupo? If you put a Grupo here, let's say we put a Grupo holster there. I think I got a Grupo holster somewhere with crit damage and crit chance. If you have that would be ideal to have that Grupo so you get that extra crit damage. I don't know if I have one now. Oh, I do have one. So this is another way to run this if you like. You could also put a Grupo holster here. If you don't want the extra weapon damage, you don't have to necessarily have it. And then that will bring you up to 210% crit damage with a crit chance of 48%. That is a lot of go for a weapon, especially in PvE and PvP where you can use these talents as much as you like. Well, this is the build breakdown for this build. You can copy and paste this build as much as you like. I had a Walker and Harris in place, but that holster can be switched around to your liking, whether it's survivability or you want to add an exotic in there. Like you could do a lot of work with this build as long as you keep the crit damage and crit chance rolled onto whatever you put on there. It should be perfectly fine without any interruptions in your damage. If you just want to see what it does, I would say go over my last video that I just put out, and then you will see exactly how it hits. It did take me a while to get a hang of this build because it's so squishy. But nonetheless, I'll see you in PvP in a little bit. I'll have a conflict video coming up soon. All right, agents, I want to say thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. That's the only thing I ask for, is to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Let this pop up in your algorithm. I always do my videos in the raw, so sometimes you'll hear my kids interrupt. Sometimes you'll hear me lose my head if something happens while I'm playing. Like, you get all the raw, real reactions. There is no fluff in my videos. I don't edit too much because, for a simple fact is, editing can take away some of the entertainment value of hearing somebody freak out because they just got hit by a random grenade, which is henceforth A, B, C, me. I'm just saying. It's been a pleasure bringing you this video. Have a wonderful day. I hope you like it. Try to build out. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Stay frosty out there, agents.